My name's Adam MacArthur. I like a tall woman with a nice big ass. All right, coming up next, we've got the voice of the sexiest and the strongest, JJK K.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna announce the next one. We're just gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. All right, guys, just like he has us, he said, I am KG Tank. Thank you so much for being here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the fabulous, the incredible, the just come back from Ireland, and Yako!
Ready? Yeah! I wish I should have. Okay, I'm next. Okay, here we are. Okay, guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the inimitable, for the fabulous Lex Lang?
All right, awesome. You guys are amazing, wow. Yeah, I play Suguru Geto and Kenjaku. And next up is the wonderful, the incredible Allegra Clark.
I was just looking, I was like, what is she doing?
Ouch! That hurts.
What is she doing?
Hi, my name is Allegra Clark. I am the voices of Maki and Miwa, respectively. And last but not least, we've got the one, the only Chris Tagliaferro!
Hello everyone, I'm Chris Tagliaferro, I voice Kiyotaki Ichichi. Let's begin!
I'm sad because you have no one to announce. All right, do all our mics work?
Check.
All right, here. We're gonna do this.
There you go. Thank you, Sensei.
How are you enjoying Vegas?
Oh,
Anybody a gambler? Anybody do anything crazy?
I played gotcha games. That's basically the same thing.
It is basically the same.
I'm not even gonna lie.
You don't need to be in Vegas to get that.
I'm not even gonna lie. I got to my hotel room last night and I ordered room service, played Animal Crossing, and fell asleep at 11 p.m. I'm living my best life right now.
That's right.
Guys,
Living that
I
Vegas
don't
life.
think you understand. I traveled for 24 hours to get here.
Yeah.
That's how much you mean to me.
And it's lucky to be
That's
alive.
right.
I traveled for 42 minutes by airplane. Thank you.
You're a hero, Adam.
Thank you. It was Southwest. I was in the A boarding room. It's hard out here.
And he had to sit in the same row as me.
Oh my god.
Allegra snores on planes.
He keeps spreading this lie.
I haven't gambled yet, but I did go to 888 Collectibles, which is a card shop here, and I opened some Pokemon cards, which is basically gambling.
That is absolutely gambling.
With his voice.
So in this series, was there a specific scene or like moment that was actually challenging for you to film? Like were you really either were laughing too much or you were upset or it made you upset? Anything like that? Like the most challenging voice acting line?
For me, I'm not really into tall women. So the part where I had to say I like a tall woman
It's a lot of acting.
was hard. It was really, no, I'm just kidding.
Test it.
Mic check, mic check.
Hey.
Let's go!
Let's go. Just like Yuji, I have an unbreakable soul. I'll just
Yes.
there was a lot of tough stuff in season 2 of JJK. The incident that we all know as Shibuya was traumatic.
Yeah.
All the conventions we did after that, I would call our panels group therapy. But yeah, basically, I was stretched as an actor more than I've ever been stretched in anything animated that I've ever done. So it was cool to get to handle those moments where Yuji is on the floor or watching the loss of somebody he really cares about. So yeah, that was definitely a challenge in season 2.
I agree with Adam. There was a lot of moments in season 2 that were really heartfelt and really sincere, and all of that is always such a fun stuff to chew on as an actor. For me personally, it wasn't the acting in season 2 that was the most challenging. I am like the biggest Nanami fan in the world, okay? So
Anna's gonna fight you on that. I just know that.
never
right there with
recovered.
you.
Yeah, Ann and I actually fight all the time. It's like, he's mine. But no, I literally never recovered from season 2.
Yeah, season 2 was just tough. Tough as an enjoyer of the anime in general, guys. Oh god, we lost so many. But I think for me, one of the hardest moments was actually one of Nobara's last moments in the show so far. Where she's like kind of thinking about the people that she loves, and she's kind of in her like inner mind, and she's talking about how she's kind of like coming to terms with what's going on, because it has to ride this fine line between being sentimental but also like tough, and like she's ready to like tackle this last bit head on, right? And so I had to do a couple of takes because I thought the first one was too serious, too saccharine, and so I had to like toughen up a little bit, and we got there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, well, for Gato, you know, just that second season going into that darkness, right? Just like descending to the point where he's like in the shower and he's just leaning over and he's like basically crying while the water's coming down, more or less. That was really...
We've all been there. We've all been there. That guy crying in the shower.
And then the scene when Kenjaku's putting Gojo into the prison realm, like I had chills when I was saying, "Good night, Satoru Gojo. Let us meet again in the new world." I mean, for me, that was just like, oh my God. I'd read the manga, I was ahead of it, you know? So when I got to that scene, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so intense. But I loved it. We call it Jujutsu Kaisen because we cry so much.
Real. I'd say to divide it by character, for Miwa, just the train scene was an emotional roller coaster, especially because that was it. That was the entire session. I go on the train, I cry, and they're like, "Great job this week, Allegra." And I went, "Thanks," and went back to my car and cried some more. For Maki, I would actually go back to season 1, and the part that really got me was her fight with Mai. Maki versus Mai was like a really emotionally difficult section to do, and Alora Post made me cry, so, you know.
For a Chi-Chi, I just didn't like getting stabbed in the back. That was
Yeah, man.
it was just
Real.
Why do you have to stab him in the back? It just seems like this guy just gets the raw end of the deal every time, and that's like, you know, they couldn't even like fight him like right to his face. It's just, they had to gurgle. I felt, it just really bummed me out.
Chris, do you read the manga?
Do I read the manga? As long as there are absolutely no follow-up questions, yes.
Okay, so then you know that Ijichi gets an amazing domain expansion.
What? Yeah, wait, right?
I thought we said no spoilers. We said no spoilers.
No spoilers,
Well,
guys.
The director in my session actually thought he was dead for good. She's like, "That's your last session." I
Yeah,
was like,
and then I had my session and had to tell her that's not true.
yeah.
Please tell Chris that's not true.
Yeah, she went to him and Anne's like, "Am I dead?"
No, I was the session after Anne, and Kirsty was like, "I told Chris that was his last session, and I feel really bad now."
All right. So, actually voice a different character in the show. Do you have any if you had a choice, if you could do another one, who would it be?
I'd be Gojo. I want that attention. Have you seen how much? Look, you guys love KG. I want to be loved.
We love you, Allegra.
We love you.
Well, you guys love me,
Love you.
not Adam. Adam's not gonna lie.
I don't love you.
I know that. See, Adam, we have an understanding.
We'll sit together on planes and play Pokemon Go, but that's it.
But that's me. We will go to Pasadena and play Pokemon Go, but that's all I get. No, my real answer would actually be Gato. That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Can I voice Panda?
I was gonna say Panda.
I love Panda so much. I mean, yeah, Nanami. I mean, like, I would do anything to voice Nanami. He's so cool. You know? I can't think of anyone else. Maybe just for fun. I know how much, you know, he means to you, Adam. Like, I would take a spin at Mahito. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, his favorite character.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Adam?
You know what?
Wow.
Here's what I would do. I have two answers to this question. My response and then my actual answer that I was going to say. My response to that is, you know what? I would like to take a stab at Mahito, literally. And when I voice him, I would just myself off a cliff immediately. For me, it hands down would be Toto. I think Toto is amazing. All the dynamic between Yuji and Toto, season 1 all the way to season 2. I love that, Toto was the one to teach Yuji how to Black Flash and other weird life lessons about women, which he should not be teaching him about at all.
No.
And then season 2, when Yuji's at his lowest, he's literally in the fetal position on the ground, wanting to give up. In walks Toto, and he's able to lift him up, and that moment is just, that was so cool. So Toto's who I would be.
Oh wait, I have a real answer. It's Hanami.
I am a plan.
Yeah, that's how
That's
it's
a good,
I'm
that's
a
good,
plan.
I love that Toto really did just walk in and was just like, lock in, Yuji, and you were like, okay.
Yeah, Yuji stands up, dusts Nanami off. He's like, what?
Anyway. Is there anything you do to put you in the mindset of your character so that you're in the zone when you do these lines?
To be honest with you, we're all pretty spoiled. One of the benefits of doing VO is they record everything because that's how it works. So when we get into the booth or the box, as you so affectionately call
like
it,
the box.
they will play us audio as reference of where we were at vocally to help us get back into the mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, like punching Mahito stuffed animal, like plushies, to get into the mindset of Yuji.
That's a liar.
Maybe you should.
I do that for fun,
Yeah.
but not to get into the voice.
Yeah, they will play us a reference at the beginning of each session, just to remind us, just in case we forgot in between the 1 week,
Yeah.
Adam just punches Mahito plushes at home.
That's just a hobby.
I did.
But then, because, we're dubbing, we have the luxury of being able to watch the original scene in the original language to kind of get us into the mindset of that specific moment. And then they play it again and we immediately go and do it.
All right.
Yeah, that covers it.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
If our character was in Gotham City, where would they go and who would they go to? Oh, good.
I don't know. I feel like Gojo would not take any of them seriously, right? It would be the most frustrating experience for every rogues gallery villain in Gotham. Like, he would be that guy to walk up to Mr. Freeze and be like, "Yo, how's your wife?" Takes a selfie and just leaves, right? Like, oh, he would be obnoxious.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Nobara and Harley Quinn would actually get along.
Actually, yeah,
with their
probably.
hammers, Yeah.
I think Gato would just take over the Batcave. He'd just be like, this is mine.
Rudy.
I'm too distracted by the thought of what I would do, which is immediately go to all of the female villains and just be like, "Hi, I'm too gay to answer this question in character. Please come back."
Do you
to
have
me."
a top female Batman villain that you would visit first?
That I would voice?
No, that you would visit first.
That I would visit first? Shit! No!
Language.
Maybe Catwoman or Ivy, because I know that. Okay, now I'm gonna pick Poison Ivy because I know her girlfriend Harley Quinn would also be there. Nailed it.
That's a 2 for
I
1
would
right
say,
there.
I think Kiyotaka would probably work at Arkham Asylum. He's used to dealing with a lot of difficult personalities, so I think it would fit him.
I think Yuji would find Robin.
Yeah.
Which Robin?
Timmy Drake.
Okay, Tim Drake,
Tim
Robin.
Drake, Robin. Yeah.
Oh, if the JJK cast were in a K-pop group, like who in the cast would be members or like of the characters? Miwa would 100% be in a K-pop group.
Nobara would want to be lead every single song, but she's probably tone deaf.
No, yeah, Miwa would be in it. Well, she
Gato,
does.
Gojo for sure would be in it.
Gojo and Gato would be like the ones who take all like the photos and stuff, like the behind the scenes stuff, but never make it on tour.
Actually, I think Miwa canonically the only character in JJK who has sung something?
Yes.
Done! That's my audition.
Wait a minute. Yuji sung a Megan Thee Stallion song.
That's true.
He said that because he knows how jealous I am. I just want you to know that.
Ajichi would be the stressed out manager.
Real.
Yuji would be in it, and he would be so good at dancing.
Yeah.
people would want Maki to be in it, and she would be like, no. Nobara would be like, come on, Maki, please do it with me. And Maki's just sitting there like, absolutely not. I will kill you if you ask me again.
Same question. What was it like getting in a mindset for Yuji crying in the Shibuya incident and actually being the meme? Are you crying?
He did do that.
You did. So what was it like getting into the mindset, Adam, for the Yuji cry stuff?
It sucked. It totally sucked. Okay, so listen, it's our job as an actor to find, like when you see a scene, how to relate that to either your own experience or how to feel the feelings your character is feeling during that time. So let's say that first scene where Yuji gets his body back from Sukuna, right? And basically Yuji is looking at devastation in front of him. Sukuna has just murdered like 60,000 people or something like that. He's leveled Tokyo. Obviously I, as Adam MacArthur, have never leveled a portion of Tokyo. You know what I mean? I've never murdered anyone. So how do I feel what he's feeling in that moment? Well, what is, the more you think about it, what is Yuji feeling in that moment? He's feeling immense guilt. He feels like it's his fault. Like all of this bad stuff is happening to him. We've all felt those things in our lives, whether it's when you were a kid, whether it's something you did as an adult or whatever. And so for me, it was like, oh, well, okay, this is what he's feeling. Like, when have I felt like this? And sort of thinking about that to get in the mindset of where he's at. And then it's also your job as an actor. They'll tell you acting is like therapy because you have to go through therapy in order to have access to your emotions so that when you need to draw on them, you can draw on them for things like this that are super intense. So the process of like accessing these memories and these feelings that I felt, basically what you then have to do is let them grow and grow until they're so overwhelming that you're letting them out as the character in the scene. So I know Allegra mentioned like crying in the booth and then leaving and crying in the car. I'm not kidding you. Quick deviation. When Yuji's Japanese VA posted a picture crying on his hands and knees, the internet went crazy. Which is, it's amazing. For us, I was like, well, yeah, that's what we do. This is what we do. You do what it takes to get you to that emotion in the scene. Now, I'm gonna have to do the same thing, so it was not like oh crap, I hope I can do it. It was just like, I can't wait to do it.
But you were on mic.
Yeah, I was on mic. Yeah, that take, whatever take they used in that photo of him, it was not usable.
It was not usable, the mic was over here.
Yeah. So yeah, it was intense, and I would go and record these things, and much like Allegra described her experience, a lot of times my sessions would be like 20 minutes long, and I'd go in and I'd do these things where I'm basically screaming my heart out and crying, and I don't know if you've ever just even like stood in front of a mirror and looked at yourself, hold eye contact. Try this. This is actually an exercise a lot of acting teachers will tell you to do. And I know that I'm taking a long time with this answer, so I apologize. But if you stand in front of a mirror and you stare in your own eyes and do it for like 5 minutes, don't say anything, don't move. Stare at yourself and then scream as hard as you can at yourself. You're going to feel things that you probably didn't realize you had in you or that you need to deal with. It's a crazy exercise, and that's what it felt like. I had all these things, and I left the studio and I was bawling in my car on the way home. And you know what? Screw the internet for making me have the thought, should I take a picture of this right now?
Yeah.
Because I definitely did, and then I said, you know what? This is for me. And hopefully all of this you'll be able to hear it in the performance, and that's kind of what I hope. So, yeah.
Thank you, and I can't wait to see you in season 3.
Yeah, thank you. Yay, more trauma.
Adam, really quickly, was it the end of the day or like right around lunch when you did that scene?
No, it was like end of the day. It was just at the right time where I had to sit in an hour and a half of traffic to get home. Yeah.
Oh boy. Because like right after my session, David, our engineer, stepped outside and he was like, "Hey, great work today. Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." So yeah, I don't know if you had a fun encounter with David going, "Can I get a hug?"
No, I literally got in my car, was like, okay, I'm good. I drove away. I turned the corner and pulled over and just burst into tears, and I was like, ugh. Yeah, it was tough.
Our opinions on Toji.
Great father.
Incredible. Father of the year, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. No notes.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about Toji?
For some reason, I don't like him much.
No one knows why. Can't figure it out, Lex. Can't figure it out.
Were you guys on that panel when I asked Nicholas how much he would sell his actual
Yes.
kit for?
Yes.
You were there, right?
So his what for?
So we were all on a panel together, a JJK panel. Nicholas Roya, he had voice of Toji, right? He was all the way at the other end, and I asked him straight up, it's like, Nicholas, how much would you sell your kid for? And he legitimately stopped to think about it, and he was like, oh. And then he gave some outlandish number that, like, it was crazy. It was literally like $400,000 or $500,000. It wasn't even like $3 million or anything like that. He literally, for $500,000, like, yeah, I hawk my kid, whatever.
Nick, I did want to ask, if you could put a price on your son, like if you could just put like a tag on him, right? Like what would that number be, you think?
More than Rico for sure, so I'd say maybe 300 mil.
300 mil, okay.
Is that yen? Is that yen or is that
That's
USD?
that's pretty good. That's multiple retirements. I can respect that.
Yeah, right on.
In fairness, I don't think he has a child, so like.
Well, apparently his imaginary kid only goes for $500,000. So it's like, man, spot on casting right there.
Allegra, he doesn't have a kid anymore.
Damn.
But he is a rich man, sort of.
Damn. He does have more money than he used to have. I think that, my opinion of Toji is that people like to pit him and Maki against each other as far as strength goes, when in reality, I think they would just look at each other and go, you hate the Zenin clan too, bet. And they would shake hands and walk away. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think Toji's great, and I think everything he did was justified.
Including selling that kid.
Selling his child,
Tell that to Rico.
That is the correct answer.
Thank you.
Hi. I was wondering about your character's music taste. I have a feeling about a few of you.
Didn't we answer this question in Washington?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think Nowhere is a K-pop girly.
Yeah, no, we're definitely a K-pop girly. I think Miwa would join her there.
Yeah.
Miwa would also be a K-pop girly. I think anything feminine rage would be Maki's vibe. Metal.
I feel like currently Gojo listens to like the Barbie soundtrack on repeat. Right?
Real.
Enough, right?
I think Yuji really loves rap music, but here's the thing. He's listening to the Kids Bop version because he doesn't know that there's a worse version. He thinks that that's real.
While Nanami listens to like the really extreme stuff. Like
Yeah,
the really extreme
Nanami's listening to like Eazy-E and
He's hardcore.
Not the Kids Bop.
rolling down the street.
I think my favorite meme, I don't think they ever made it, but was the concept of Kids Bop WAP. I don't think they ever made it, but I just like to imagine that. Just
I think Gato is probably rap also, and then Kenjaku's more of a classic rock guy.
Yeah.
Back in his day, music from
Led
back in his
Zeppelin
day.
and stuff. Yeah.
Wait. I like the idea of Kenjaku listening to yacht rock. Music you listen to while on a yacht.
Yacht rock.
I'd say a Gigi listens to headphones and so no one knows, but EDM while he's doing Excel. Yeah, I think it would go against type there. I think everything's by the book except that.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Thank you.
EDM.
Was there a scene that any of you guys were anticipating to record?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That prison realm one I was saying before, that one for sure.
I was really trying to get ready for the Throughout Heaven and Earth scene, right? And it was challenging because the Japanese lip flaps and the English localization did not match up. So in Japanese, Throughout Heaven and Earth, that whole spiel is like very short, right? While when you translate it, we go, I want to say, a full 6 seconds after actor, right? Or maybe not 6 seconds, but like a solid like 4 seconds, right? More of dialogue. So we have to actually take part of the line and put it in the previous scene so we could keep all of it. Because they were throwing me like replacement scenes, like replacement lines for it, and I was like, this is terrible. Like we can't butcher this scene.
One of them was what, like from the floor to
That
the
was
sky.
this was yeah. That was
Yeah.
my suggestion. They're like, it's like, okay, look, we can't fit the line. What about from the ground to the sky? I am that guy. And my director was like, haha, no.
To the window, to the wall.
Yeah, for me, the scene I was anticipating the most was the IMU scene. I could not wait. I wasn't acting at that point. That was just my personal hatred for Mahito coming out. But yeah, the I'll accept it Mahito, IMU. Yuji sort of having this coming to, like, realize, you know, his place in all of this and all that. Yeah.
I think for me it was the fight with Momo, and she gives that speech where she's like, I love myself when I'm pretty and all dressed up, and I love myself when I'm kicking ass! That is my favorite moment, and I could not wait to sink my teeth into it.
Poor Miwa, the train scene was the one I was looking forward to. For Maki, like I said, I was really fond of, well actually no, you know what, the Maki versus Miwa fight, because I was like, oh no, you're gonna fight myself. No, but the Maki versus Mai fight was a big one for me. And then something coming up for Maki that I will not name. I am beyond ready. I've been waiting for this, as Akihiko Persona 3 says.
Personally, I always do all of my background work before I like know everything about the character leading into the scene, and then I like reacting to it. I don't like knowing if I'm going to die or I'm going to get attacked, so I like going into it fresh. So it's not like a thing of like psyching myself up for it. So I know everything before, and then when I go through it, it's like, oh crap, this is happening, and I'm reacting to it in real time.
Like getting stabbed.
Yeah, exactly. I had no clue, and it bummed me out.
Thank
you.
Thank you. One day to live in any anime.
There's so many to choose from!
Oh, I would pick something really boring like a sports anime because then I know it wouldn't be in
Yeah,
danger.
can I live in Haikyuu? I would live in Haikyuu.
I would live in Yuri on Ice.
Yes!
Yes! They're all very pretty.
I would be in Yu-Gi-Oh! And play one game with Seto Kaiba. One game of Duel Monsters with Seto Kaiba.
I think I'd go for My Hero just to see what my quirk was.
I thought you guys were gonna pick Pokemon. I mean, come on.
Oh my god, you're right!
I love
I didn't
Pokemon.
say Pokemon. I could
But like, I don't want to be in Pokemon for just one day. Is the problem, right? Like, if I just
one
miss,
day?
Like you bond with a Pikachu and you're like, all right,
right?
goodbye, little
Goodbye,
guy.
Pikachu.
You know what, that's right. If I had an Oshawott and then had to say goodbye to Oshawott, I probably wouldn't belong for this
That would
world.
be heartbreaking.
Everyone, my favorite Pokemon ever of all time is Oshawott, and it's kind of one of my personality traits. So I think, yeah, that would be kind of tough. So I'm sticking with Yuri on Ice.
Kuroko's basketball, except in that world, I'm actually good at basketball.
Oh,
Unlike
right,
this
because
world.
you're tall.
Yeah.
Because you're tall.
Yeah, but I'm no good at basketball. But in that world, I will be.
Look,
Thank you.
I just got excited because you're tall, and I'm not.
I wish everyone was just excited for that.
If your character were to have a favorite snack, what would it be?
Favorite snack?
Triscuits.
So dry.
Underrated answer.
I mean, Kit Kat bars. What? What?
That was vile. All right, if we're doing that, then I'm gonna say Maki would really like s'mores, and she would burn the heck out of her marshmallows. Donuts?
Donut holes. Yeah.
Ghirardelli milk chocolate with caramel.
I'm gonna say boba for Eugene.
No,
That's just yours.
That's
You
yours.
just
No,
answer
no,
for
no.
yourself.
But here's the thing. Like, I don't treat boba as a snack. It's a drink for me. But Yuji treats boba as a snack. He asks for like 3 times the amount of tapioca pearls that you normally have. So there's like this much tea, and then it's just all boba.
I'm actually shocked we're not getting a boba delivery for you right now on the panel. Like, honestly,
I'm just waiting for
2
Lisa
out of
to
3
come up with
times
boba.
when we do a panel together, Adam gets a boba on stage. Like, so
He gets one,
I'm
and then
shocked
Anne
that
gets
there's
one
not
too.
one.
No, and then Anne gets delivered one too, and then I sit here like, I also love boba, guys.
I know. Nobody delivers us boba.
Yeah. You know what, Lex? Next panel, we're gonna get
We're
boba
getting
delivered,
boba.
and we're not getting any to Adam.
I'll remember that.
Thank you.
Hi, if your characters were a cookie, what kind of cookie would they be?
Does Kit Kat count as a cookie?
No, stop it.
Sorry.
Stop that.
A gingerbread man. Yes, let's go with that. Gingerbread man.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
S'mores
Yuki
cookies?
would be s'mores.
Oh,
I technically did answer that for Monty.
that's true. That's true. We've got a lot of s'mores on the sandwich.
Oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin.
Because you also get the fiber in there, so it makes sense to eat it.
Okay, oatmeal raisin cookies are actually really good though. It's just when you think it's a chocolate chip cookie that it feels like a betrayal.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a big
Bait and switch is not fun.
I think Miwa would like some like really excessively sugary cookie that had like 16 toppings on it. Like the equivalent of one of those really fancy donuts that has Fruit Loops on it, but in cookie form. Like I guess a sprinkles cookie or something like that. Yeah.
I think Nora would be a macaroon.
Mac.
Chocolate.
Cookies? I
Chocolate
guess they're
chip.
cookies. It's kind of like a cookie.
Kind of like a cookie. It's close enough. She'd be a macaroon.
Chocolate chip with toffee.
Yum.
Right out of the
Toffee
oven.
cookies. Let's
Right
go.
out of the oven.
I think Maki, honestly, she might even just be a sugar cookie or just plain shortbread. I love a shortbread. I don't think she'd go for anything particularly fancy. No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2, 3, weird.
Oh God, it's because it's Mahito.
Stop it.
Adam's got trauma. You'll have to forgive him.
Yeah, not answering
Adam
this
once
question.
bullied a 12-year-old for asking a question about Mahito.
Yeah, I'll do it
Okay,
again.
What is
right
your
now.
question?
What is your question?
Do you guys have a particular favorite song from the soundtrack or like a scene which you really like the music in?
I
Lost
love
in
the scene when
Paradise.
Mahito was getting his butt kicked. All that music is my favorite.
I really like the special song until I started watching more of the season, and then I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, no.
The sinister undertones, like Lost in Paradise for me,
Lost in
probably.
Paradise.
Yeah,
baby.
so good.
Nice.
Lost in Paradise.
It's really good. I'm blanking on the name of it, but I also really like the second OP from season 2. From
Oh
season
yeah.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
they're playing in the
The
beach.
Yeah. Oh no, the OP, not the ED.
Oh, the OP.
Yeah, it just because I always think of the animation with it and how it's like going through and then it goes in reverse.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good song too.
Thanks for nothing, Mahito.
Wow.
Stop it!
My name is Mia Maya.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Which character from Jujutsu Kaisen can beat Kakashi because he can just copy all your moves?
All of them. All of them.
Dang. Biased.
Is Kakashi your favorite?
No.
No, okay, yeah. And we don't have to be careful then.
Okay, we don't be precious about this. Let her rip.
That's
You
what's
do,
up.
heck yeah.
I think somehow like the Maki wild cardness would eventually kind of do well in that
I mean, he
department.
can't copy Maki's.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to copy Maki. I'll tell you who could beat him is Miwa.
Sukuna.
Oh yeah, Sukuna, yeah.
Super they could beat him, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Levi.
Your opinions on Mai as a character and basically for entire story as a character for who she is, like being the twin sister of Maki, all the struggles she had, all the hardships she went through. What are your opinions on her as a character?
I am incredibly fond of Mai as a character because I think like Maki and Mai are two sides of an abuse narrative of like what it's like to live in an abusive household and two different coping strategies. Maki desperately wants to get out of there. She doesn't want to be in that situation. And Mai keeps her head down and says, I can survive this as long as I'm quiet and tolerate it and don't try to stand out in any way. And Maki, as being the opposite of that, but also tragically Mai's twin, means that Maki's actions end up having a negative impact on Mai. And it makes me very sad that Mai comes to resent Maki because ultimately the problem is the Zenin clan. They are the problem, not the sisters themselves. So I'm a #1 Mai stan. Sometimes people come up to me and are like, Mai's the worst because she's mean to Maki. I'm like, they're both victims. And if Mai's coping mechanism is resenting her sister, then that's completely understandable. So yeah.
Though if I may add, right, I believe Mai is actually one of the smartest sorcerers in the show. She's
100%.
She's the only one who carries a gun. Okay? Why doesn't everyone else have a firearm? I'm sorry.
It's
Like
they're all there with like swords.
Right?
And I'm like, she brought a gun to
she
a
brought
sword
a
fight.
gun. I'm like, that is the correct answer. Like, even, what is it? Who said in the show that conventional firearms are actually fairly useful against...
That's what I'm explaining everything.
Yeah. Everyone should carry a gun in the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
The question I have is like, if your younger self could see what you're doing like right now, what would they do? Like, what would they say? Because when I was like 10, I was always like, anime's kind of gross. And I'm like here now, so.
Okay, so my 10-year-old self would actually be pretty pissed because my 10-year-old self wanted to be an FBI agent. But that's only because my 10-year-old self was a big, Mulder and Scully, X-Files fan, right? So I had a very diluted view of what FBI people did. So all I wanted to do was solve alien crimes, all right? And when I found out that you don't solve alien crimes as an FBI agent, I was out.
I have a friend who's in the FBI, and yeah, no, that is the opposite of what normal FBI work looks like.
I don't know if my 10-year-old self would recognize me. I don't think he would know who I was. And it's like I turned into that. No.
My 10-year-old self would be pretty happy. They'd be like, yeah, you did all right.
You did all right.
Just all right.
High standards for your 10-year-old self. Yeah, you did okay. Yeah, that's all right.
I think my 10-year-old self would be really proud. I think she'd be confused because at the time I really wanted to be an astrophysicist.
It's not too late,
Yeah, I know, it's not too late. But I think she'd be like, oh, shoot, you've made a career of this? Awesome! And, she'd be proud and happy.
I think my 10-year-old self would be so stoked. Like, it would just be, this is what I've always wanted to do. So I don't think he would be happier. I think he would be so stoked.
When I was 10, I wanted to be like the voice of a Disney princess. So I think she'd be really happy that I'm close. I'm so close, you guys.
Yes.
All right, now imagine Nobara as a Disney princess.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, if you guys had a chance to re-voice one of your previous scenes, which scene would it be and why?
Re-voice one of our previous scenes in JJK or any scene that we've ever done.
In JJK.
In JJK.
If I could go back and redo like episodes 1 and 2, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for me, so JJK was the first anime I ever worked on. It was a new studio, a new director, and we were recording from our homes during COVID. So this is October of 2020. So because it was all so new, I felt like I had a lot of pressure on myself, and I wasn't locked in like I would like to be in the first couple episodes. Not that I wasn't locked in. It was. I think I didn't understand tonally, and I think maybe the director didn't understand tonally what the show was in maybe the first episode or so. I would have done that a little different.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd say I would do season 1 because the director and most people didn't know what Kenjaku was about. And so it was always just, the direction was like, keep it mysterious. It's like, well, tell me more. But now I know all about him, so I'd go back and redo some Kenjaku stuff.
There has been one scene that has haunted me this entire time, and when I recorded it, I had not read the manga yet, so that's on me, and I just didn't know how famous the scene was, right? No one knew. It was the "I'm the strongest" line, right? So in Japanese, obviously, it's like, don't worry, I'm the strongest. It's a very iconic line. And because of freaking lip flaps, it didn't fit, right? So our localizer was like, Don't worry, I'm way stronger than him. Right? At the time, I didn't think anything about it, but now looking back, I'm like, I was a fool. No, we should have just tried to make it work somehow, you know?
I have a question about that. Because, like, Muhammad Abdul's like, yes, I am, but we had to say, like, yes, you had better believe I am. I wish there was a way of, like, this is so iconic, let's override the lip flaps just this once. Like,
Yeah, I believe in cases like that, the lip flap should come second.
yes.
100%. I just want to redo anytime I said special grade curse to a playful cloud because I had about 2 seconds to say that entire line, and I think I've gotten a lot better at saying it really quickly, so I'm like, maybe I would try to tweak that in some capacity, but yeah, it's just the tiniest flaps ever, and I have to, because it's an ability thing, you have to say the whole thing the way it's localized, and that's always killer.
Nothing. My performance was perfect.
Damn.
It's true. It's true.
I think I would also love to do the first couple episodes that Nomura shows up in again. Because, like, you know, what Adam says is true. Like, when you're starting a show, you're just getting to know the characters, getting to know the property, getting to know the world, and knowing what we know now, and being as close to our characters as we are now. Like, we could have had so much more at the beginning, knowing all of that. But, you know, at the end of the day, though, we did the best we could at that time, and we've grown with it. So it's actually really cool if you go back and kind of watch how we come from, like, the first impressions and, like, really grow into that character over the couple of seasons. It's actually kind of cool in the way that happens.
All shows have like growing pains at the very, very beginning, and I really, when we hit our stride, that's it. We're unstoppable. So yeah.
I mean, most television pilots, if you go back and watch the pilots, like, oh gosh, they thought like it's different. They're trying to like hit different dynamics. It's like that's not what the show ends up being.
It's like this first season of Parks and Rec is borderline
so that's a
watchable.
I just wanted to be The Office so bad.
They were like The Office, but in Indiana, and no, they way huge improvement. So yeah.
Each of your characters met another character you voice acted before. Who do you think like would be the best two?
Gojo and Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs would be incredible.
Yuji and Ichikawa from Kaiju number 8.
Nobara and Bambietta. Yeah.
Nice.
Kato and Sanosuke from Rurouni Kenshin.
Maki and Acheron from Honkai Star Rail.
Hajichi and Ryo Mahoshi from Danganronpa V3.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Geto, can you like say something in your Geto voice?
Just be mean.
Do you think you're the strongest because you're Satoru Gojo, or you're Satoru Gojo because you're the strongest?
My question is, what was your guys' funniest line you guys did?
I like a tall woman with a nice big ass.
I don't know. Gojo has never smiled in his life. I don't know what you mean. No. It's the one where he sits downstairs while Nobara exercises in verse, and he's like, "Oh, good, she's crazy." Yeah, cool. So it's good.
Yeah, it's what she says to Mahito. Yeah, for running away like a little bitch.
Yeah. Kato doesn't have any
He's not
funny
funny.
lines. Sorry.
Gojo has never smiled in his life.
My sword has been taken away from me.
Explaining the curses and using the phrase idiot mode.
Thank you.
If your character could pick any other ability to swap theirs with, who do you think they would choose?
Gojo.
Gojo.
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
But also Megumi, because then I can have pets. Yeah.
Actually, I don't think Maki would switch. I think she'd be like, nah, I'd win.
If your character could be any animal, what animal would they be?
Snow leopard.
Ooh,
Chinchilla.
Koala.
Elephant.
tiger.
Bengal tiger.
Specific
Or
type.
should I say monkey?
Hi, Caleb.
What is your favorite line in the show?
My favorite line in the show. Everyone's favorite line in the show.
All of our collective favorite line is, "Are you crying?"
That's it. Pretty much.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
The characters that you guys voiced act, who's your favorite character?
Nanami.
Toto. Thank you. Speed round.
You guys over
Toto.
Nanami.
if each character had to pick one anime as their favorite anime, which would it be?
Haikyuu.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure for Gojo.
Gojo just eats the Pokemon.
He just eats the Pokemon. No, Bulbasaur, no. I don't know. Food Wars. I'm cheating. That's my favorite.
Blue period.
Nice.
Blue period. Yes. Let's go.
Next question, Allegra, you're cut off.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't
We're
remember.
done.
The question is, if Master Jinchi and Gojo were to meet each other, how would they act?
I don't think Jinchi would like Gojo very much. Well, look, Jinchi is a very proper, very upstanding man, right? He very much follows protocol. Gojo is not that.
Gojo's Gojo.
Right? He'd be like, hey, what's up? How's your mom that you don't know? Take a selfie and leave. Like, so, yeah, he'd be obnoxious, man. Yeah, Jinchi would like take a look at him and be like, I need to call the palace guards immediately and then remove this man from the palace.
I love you guys.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Erica, and my question to you guys is, how did you guys become a voice actors?
We don't have that kind of time, do we?
Lots of chicken sacrifices. Yeah. We all have our weird, like, own little origin stories. Really quick. I mean, I toured Shakespeare and then I did this.
I was a forensic scientist and then I did this.
Oh, wow.
I was,
No, go ahead. Sorry.
lots of theater and some on-camera work.
I was assistant at USA Network, and people told me I should do it.
Okay, that's okay.
I was a kid and always wanted to do movies like Home Alone and stuff like that, and then fell into voiceover.
Alright, that's it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
You guys were talking about Toto earlier, so I wanted to ask, what was your first impressions of Toto during like his premiere episode, and how has that changed after Shibuya?
It's never changed.
It's never changed.
He's remained 10 out of 10 this entire time.
It's perfect. He's the perfect character.
Yeah.
No notes.
No notes. No notes at all.
And Xander just absolutely hamming it up the entire time.
Like that fight with him and Mahito, where he was just so delusional. It was the most amazing fight.
That was great.
It's
Like
so
his
good.
first technique is truly delusion.
Just delusion.
Just delusion.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask, I rewatched season 2, and I saw Sukuna 15 fingers. I wanted to know who would win, Gojo or Sukuna with 15 fingers?
Yeah, that doesn't power scale very well for Sukuna. In that situation, 5 fingers is a lot. You know what I mean? Like
15 fingers, sorry, 15 fingers.
yeah, 15 fingers, right? Yeah, I mean the five missing fingers is a lot, is what I mean, right? So I feel like 15 finger Sukuna. That was when he fought Jogo, right? Right? Yeah. He like
He said nah.
Yeah, in this
no.
case, yeah.
We can't talk too much about it.
No, I thank you so much.
Panels I can't wait to see animated.